It's have they given up now on McIntyre? Because here's the guy, he beat Brock Lesnar, he beat Big Show, he beat Seth Rollins. And I like Bobby Lashley. He worked with us here in OVW. I know him. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I've always been a fan of his. He's a physical freak. He's a great amateur wrestler. His pro wrestling now is better than I ever thought it was going to be. And that's not a knock. It's just he started late. But Bobby Lashley was just, when we were watching Raw, a month ago or a little more, was in an underneath comedy deal with a bunch of fucking underneath guys. And suddenly he not only is wrestling the other world champion, but he jumps him before the bell, puts the full Nelson on him. Fucking the referees have to pull him off. He beats him up in his robe. McIntyre doesn't get his robe off halfway through the match. And, what the fuck did they think? Okay, this guy was in the middle doing ha-ha last week, but now, because he looks great, we can just put him in the main event. And what the fuck with McIntyre? He beat all these other guys in minutes, but now, this guy's going to beat him up for 20 minutes. I didn't get the fucking logic.
Well, let me just say, and again, I've watched Raw just about as much as you have over the past few years, but I was under the impression, despite the goofiness and the ha-ha, as you put it, of the Bobby Lashley, Rusev series of angles, that wasn't mid-card. That was higher up on the card.
Oh, it just came off that way.
Yeah, I mean, that was the segment they were closing out Raw with for a while. That was the main thing. And I actually thought...
seeing even some fucking thing with a bunch of masked luchadors.
I hadn't seen him with MVP. So that was new to me because I haven't been watching their show. But MVP can cut a good promo. And I was like, oh, maybe this is something new they're doing to Lashley. This makes sense. Him coming out with MVP, okay, that's a good way to try to repackage him. And with McIntyre, name me a more unfortunate world's champion in their history. This guy's got a look. This guy can work. Everything since he's won the title has been no crowds.
It's time to put the belt on him at WrestleMania, and there's nobody in the audience, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's snake bit.
I feel bad for him, actually, because he is a talent, and he's in a really bad situation right now, and it's not a situation of his doing. It's just, I hope they don't give up on him, quite frankly, because you know how Vince is with these kind of things. He'll think that he's not getting over because there's no fans there for him to get over in front of him.
Well, but he's getting over with the fans that are there. But anyway, this was not a horrible match. This was good, hard-hitting stuff. When McIntyre finally got started, got his robe off, and got up and started doing some stuff, I just didn't think they should have grounded him right at the start there. But, I hated to see him sell so much right at the start in a match like that when they've built him up as a world beater. But Lashley he's a physical marvel. So they hit all the big bombs and boom, 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 back and forth. But then Lana comes out. They're still claiming that he's Bobby Lashley's wife. Even with MVP, Lashley looks like something. They look like a package. This fucking Lana, that pulled back hair, she's phony as a football bat. She came out and phonied it up. They had to do the awkward teases of almost running into her. Then she gets bumped into MVP and McIntyre hits the kick 1, 2, 3. Cut off the useless part of this equation. Get rid of the fucking girl. Get Lashley some wins under MVP. Let MVP talk and cut some promos. And then you will have a force here. But whenever they do this phony bullshit, contrived, his wife, and they're married, and there's tension in the Lashley home. No, they're not married. And nobody believes it, and it looks phony. Get rid of this fucking chick. Concentrate on what might make you some fucking money. That was my goddamn reaction to that thing.
For the most part, I liked the match. The finish ruined it for me. Why did she climb up on the apron?
She was saying to the referee that he wasn't doing something right, or she was complaining to the referee just out of nowhere, because however they called it, when they went over it verbally, it sounded like it'd make more sense than it looked like when they did it. That's what I gathered from it.
Yeah, that finish ruined a perfectly good match. That was completely unnecessary.
Yeah. She's unnecessary. All this fucking Jerry Springer housewife drama is unnecessary because nobody believes it. It just gets in the way.